Up to 21st July 2020, I was in India only from my birth. Date of leaving India, 22nd July 2020. If I stay in India for more than 182 days or equal to 182 days, I'm satisfying the basic condition. I couldn't satisfy both the basic conditions, then automatically I'm going to become non-resident for 2023-24. Warm welcome to 5th Sem based on the subject we're discussing Income Tax 1. Unit 2, Residential Status and Incidence of Tax. As per Income Tax Act of 1961, we have to determine the status of a person for the payment of taxes and even what are the benefits will be there. We have to determine based on the status of a person. So under status we have here resident and non-resident. Again, under resident, we have ordinarily resident and not ordinary resident. So we have to determine first residential status of a person as per Income Tax Act of 1961. I am Professor Rajesh L.R. from Department of Commerce and Management from Vidhyaashram First Grade College Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. In previous sessions, we have solved nearly 4 to 5 problems in that we determine resident as well as non-resident problem. In today's session, again, we're going to solve another 2 or 3 problems where we're going to learn how to determine the resident status of a person based on the information, whatever they're given. Major things in today's session will be solving the problem and how to determine the residential status of a person. The problem what we are going to solve, I'm Mr. Leo, citizen of India. I left India for the first time on 22nd July 2020 and I returned back to India on 11th March 2021. It means up to 21st July 2020, I was in India only from my birth. So from my birth up to 21st July 2020, I was in India. 22nd July 2020, I left India for the first time in my life. And during previous year, I left India on 10th April 2023 and returned back on 25th February 2024. Means up to 9th April, I was in India. From 25th February till 31st March 2024, I was in India only. So we have to determine the status for 2023-24. So name of the assessee, name of the assessee, Mr. Leo. Mr. Leo. Date of leaving India, 22nd July 2020. Date of returning back, 11th March 2021. Again, during previous year 23-24, on date of leaving India, 10th April 2023, date of returning back, 25th March 2024. So during previous year, I left India on 10th April and I returned back on 25th March. Before that, first time I left India on 22nd July and I returned back on 11th March. First, let us calculate for the previous year. In previous year 2023-24, we have 366 days. Out of 366 days, what is my first basic condition we have here? I should stay in India for a period of 182 days or more. If I stay in India for more than 182 days or equal to 182 days, I'm satisfying the basic condition. If I couldn't stay in India for 182 days, So then it seems that I have not satisfied my first basic condition. We have to check the second basic condition what we have. Now, when I left India on 10th April 2023, when I returned back 25th February 2024, means in April I was in India for 9 days, May I was not in India, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February 25th I came, including 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29, means it is a leap year. So I was in India for 5 days and 31. So totally 31 plus 9, 40, 45 days. So I was in India for only for 45 days during previous year. What is my first basic condition? I should stay in India for 182 days. So I couldn't satisfy my first basic condition. Then what is my second basic condition we have here? My second basic condition, stay in India for a period of 60 days. The first half of second basic condition, they say that one has to stay in India for 60 days. But I stayed in India only for 45 days. So I couldn't satisfy both the basic condition. So I couldn't satisfy both the basic condition. When I couldn't satisfy both the basic condition, then automatically my residential status will be non-resident for 2023-24 for income tax purpose. Now, what is the conclusion? Conclusion will be Mr. Leo not satisfied. Mr. Leo not satisfied both the basic condition, therefore status will be non-resident. So the status will be non-resident for previous year. So totally, I couldn't satisfy both the basic conditions, then automatically I'm going to become non-resident for 2023-24. Next, in the next problem we have here, I'm Mr. Richard. I left India for the first time on 6th April 2020 and I returned back on 10th September 2022. During previous year, 11th May 2023 I left and 30th March I returned back to India. So it says that one. So it is nothing but during previous year, from 11th May to 30th March, I was not in India, means up to 10th May. Means in the month of April, we have 30 days and May 10 days, 40 days. And 30th March, I have returned. So 30 and 31, 2 days. So totally 42 days. So it seems that I couldn't satisfy my first basic condition as well as my second condition. So this problem is also, it is nothing but non-resident. So let us solve this one. I'm Mr. Richard. Date of leaving India for the first time, date of returning back to India. So when I left India on 6th April 2020, I returned back on 10th September 2022. During previous year, 2023-24, date of leaving India, it is 11th May 2023. Date of returning back, 30th March 2024. So means up to 10th May, I was in India, and from 30th March 2024, I was in India only. So let us determine that one. Total number of days, we have 366 days. So my first basic condition, stay in India for a period of 180 days or more during previous year. Whether I'm going to satisfy or not, let us check that one. I left India on 11th May 2023 and I returned back on 30th March 2024. Means in the month of April, I was in India. Up to 10th May, I was in India. June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, I was not in India. March, I returned back on 30th, means 2 days. 30 plus 10, 40, 42 days. So I was in India only for 42 days. What is my first basic condition? I had to stay in India for 182 days, but I couldn't satisfy my first basic condition. Let us check the second basic condition here. Stay in India for a period of 60 days. This is my first half of my second basic condition. Let us check whether I'm going to satisfy first half or not. My stay is only for 42 days, so automatically I couldn't satisfy both the basic condition. So conclusion will be Mr. Richard not satisfied both the basic condition, therefore his residential status will be non-resident for 23-24. So now this is the conclusion what we have here. I've stayed only for 42 days. So I couldn't satisfy my first basic condition as well as my second basic condition. So totally, when I couldn't satisfy both the basic condition, as per Income Tax Act of 1961, it says that when I'm a non-resident for 2023-24. Thank you to all the students. In today's session, we learned to determine the residential status, how we are going to determine, how we have to consider. We have to consider in such a way that when I leave India, don't consider the date. Up to that date, I was in India. When I return back to India, consider that including that date, we have to calculate the number of days. Thank you to all 5th Sem BBA students. In today's session, we solved 2 problems related to non-resident determination. Thank you once again.